quorum. Okay, it is, according to my computer, 2:03. And it's, what's the date today? It's, October 14th, and the Bridgewater Tree Committee is now in session. And, I will say, as I learned many, many years ago when I chaired a nonprofit in Boston, the advisors, we had some advisors that stayed with us all year, and one of the things they said was, the meeting is supposed to start at 2:00. You start the meeting at 2:00, as long as you have a quorum. You don't wait for everybody. And I try to abide by that. I think it's a good thought. Anyway, we have a quorum. Nicole's here and Pat's here. So the Bridgewater Tree Committee is in session. First order is to approve the minutes of September 9th. Is there a motion to approve the minutes? Pat?
I'm afraid I haven't read them, so I have to abstain on that.
All right, then I think we should put that off till the next meeting. Public comment? Anybody?
Janet Hanson, I'm just tuning in to see how Pleasant Street, Bridgewater.
Okay, Janet, do you want to say something? Feel free to.
Just wanted to see how things were because I attended I think the last meeting, and just want to see how you guys follow up. I don't have any particular comments right now because I don't know what you're going to be discussing. So maybe
Okay.
later.
We're happy to have you here. I will say, Janet, you are unique in that you're the only person in public that's ever attended the tree committee. So we really appreciate you coming.
Okay, thank you.
And feel free to say what you want, of course. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Old business. This Tree City. Nicole, any updates on it?
No, I will need to start the application process again for which is usually due by the end of the year.
Yeah. So you have everything you need, or you're still working with Paul on the data to submit?
Yeah, I will need information from Paul. So what I'll do is once I, kind of confirm exactly what those line items are, I usually just send him an email, and then he provides that backup via email.
Okay.
And then besides that, just really from our records and everything, I'm usually able to, finalize the application. Because it's really just an update. Once we've gotten everything set the first time, it's much easier now.
Good.
Yeah.
I know doing paperwork, getting data together it can be a hassle sometimes, but you seem to have, I won't say make it easy, but at least you get it done. That's important. Well, thank you.
Yeah. And I'll probably, maybe next month, I'll want to confirm some of that data, because one of the things is we have to report how many trees we planted, in addition to some of the financial information from Paul. The other thing now is that our dollar value per capita should change, because it can account for salary, and it would account for the salary for the new tree warden. So we will definitely start spending more per capita on tree care, which is good news, because we were, on the lower side.
Oh, okay. So that's good. I didn't realize that. That obviously.
Yes.
So tree warden salary will play
Count.
positive side to this. Oh, good.
Yes.
Good. Okay. All right. Tree plantings. That was Shirley. She's not here. I know Shirley had some private issues to deal with. Maybe she'll come on later. Brian was not able to be here, the tree warden. I know he and Paul are still, I'm on the tree spraying. I know he and Paul were looking into firms to possibly do some tree spraying on the common. Janet, just for your information, the new tree warden has indicated that a number of trees on the common are diseased and will die within the next 3 or 4 years.
Mhm.
And there is an experimental solution in terms of spraying. There's no guarantee that it would work, but I believe both Brian and Paul were looking into what has been done and the companies that do it and look at the costs involved in doing it. Obviously the other option is that the trees are going to die and we're going to have to plant new ones. Anyway, okay. All right.
Yes.
The let's deal with the one thing I did not I forgot to put on the agenda, which Pat reminded me, is the plaque for Bill Malpe. Why don't we deal with that first? Pat, do you want to bring that up?
Well, I have been shopping around for different types of plaques. One was that stone that we saw on the common that was very nice with a plaque in it. And it was a smaller one, but it was very expensive. So I don't think we're going to be doing that. It was over $2,000. And I've been checking others, and the type that we can just put in the ground. And if it's made of aluminum as opposed to an expensive metal like bronze, uh, we can probably find one for a couple $100. But in order to determine the size, we have to discuss the language that we want to put on it, in honor of Bill Maltby. And I saw one or two, and one of them that I liked, it said, "This tree, actually, this silver maple, is planted in honor or gratitude." We can decide which language to use, of Bill Maltby's, how many years of service? I don't know.
I don't know.
Something like that. I mean, do you feel that that's what we want to say?
Yeah, I like the word gratitude better than
Yeah,
honor, because that's what we're doing. It's fine
true.
with me. I don't know. Uh, are we? We're not planning to do this till the spring, right? When we plant a new
We
tree.
have time, I believe. Yeah, Shirley
Right.
said the tree wouldn't go in until
Can,
spring.
Janet Hansen here. Can I ask a question? Am I allowed to ask a question right now?
Go ahead, Janet.
Okay, on the plaque, a couple questions. Were you putting it on the common? Is that where it's gonna go?
It will be next to a tree that we plant on the common, yes.
Uncommon, okay.
Well, the last meeting, Shirley said something about Main Street, and I was surprised to hear that.
No one would see it on Main Street.
Yeah, I think
Sorry.
the common was our first choice, and in one
Uh,
of the spots where the other trees might be coming down, maybe where that dead tree was.
I don't
Um,
remember the issue to talk about Main Street, Pat, but we'll vote on that. We have time to
Okay.
vote on that. We'll vote on
it,
that.
and
But
then,
I think I thought the decision was that that one or two trees will have to come down and that the new
Mm-hmm.
planet
And
will be for him.
right, that would be the replacement.
Yep,
That
replace.
would be good.
Yep.
the
Janet,
other,
you have another
the,
question?
yeah, one other comment. I'm hearing the cost and everything. I don't know how elaborate you guys are planning on doing, but a suggestion, if you can get somebody to donate a boulder and then you can get the plaque. My son did his Eagle Scout. It's probably a little bit maybe smaller scale for what you're looking for, but he did get a boulder donated, and he got the plaque at Bridgewater Trophy, and then they put it on the stone. You know, we drilled and got it so that it's permanently on the stone. So that would be a possibility. You don't have to go, $2,000 or more.
Right,
The
right.
the plaque will be the most expensive part. If you can
That's
get a
right.
boulder, and then you're gonna have to put a footing on the boulder. If you can get volunteers and I think it's possible that you're not gonna be spending big bucks. So it's just a suggestion. If
Yeah.
Where is this so we could look at it,
It's
Jan?
at the Summer Street Cemetery on the
Summer
top of the
Street.
hill.
Okay.
Yeah.
How large is the boulder, Janet?
Well, his was a small boulder, and we did have to pour, we dug out and then poured a cement footing, because you don't want it sinking in the ground. And then put, made a flower bed around it. So, I mean, you can get the idea. You probably would be looking at a bigger boulder, but there's plenty of boulders out there that somebody
When
might
you
be
mean
able
by
to donate.
how small are you talking about? I don't think, we don't want a large one.
You haven't been out there to see that. I can send a picture of what I have pictures of it. I can send that to you.
Okay,
You'd probably want to, I don't know how big you want, but it was just a suggestion. If you can get a boulder donated and then go to Bridgewater Trophy and have the plaque made, and then, get the right people to know how to put it on. I mean, we put it on, with this Eagle Scout project. So,
okay.
it's just a suggestion to possibly save some money. That's all I was gonna
That
say.
sounds good, Janet.
Thank you.
And I
you.
can send a picture.
That would be good. Or I'd like to see it actually where it is. So what does
Yeah,
it say on it?
Unitarian Church, right on the
Right,
Unitarian
but what does
Church.
it say on it so I can identify it?
You'll have no trouble identifying it. It's right at the top and it's a hill. It's right at the top of the hill and it's a boulder with flags and it's not a gravestone and it's a memorial for the people who served the Revolutionary War and the War of
Oh,
1812.
okay. Then I can identify it from
Oh,
that.
yeah, no problem.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
thank
Janet.
you.
Yeah, great. Um, okay, before I get to the form, I have on the agenda the town manager update. We met with the town manager last meeting, and I thought it went well. From my perspective, we have to try to get the tree mitigation and the shade tree ordinance passed. We've had this going a long time. We're talking more than a year. In fact, for tree mitigation and a shade tree, even longer. So we have to move that along, and I will email him to see how we can get that moving along. Is there anything else from that meeting that you think we should address with the town manager? Nicole, Pat? Okay,
I do think for our having a follow-up meeting in, whenever it makes sense in a few months. For example, something I am in the process of pulling together is kind of trying to prepare for us to try to get some of those grant applications in. They're honestly not going to be till next fall because we kind of missed this cycle.
right.
But the fact that probably the primary grant that we would be able to obtain is a matching grant. We're definitely going to need to start to bring forward, what our estimated, needs are and what we might be asking for, and therefore what the match on behalf of the town might be. So I do think we're going to need buy-in for sure. I mean,
Okay.
we have the potential of being able to get a lot of money. But we're going to need to have a lot of, as things are, move somewhat slowly, we're going to, need a lot of time to prepare and get that underway. So I've been doing research about what the cost to do the study of the sort of the common and the surrounding areas in terms of a tree health and a tree succession plan. And I'm kind of gathering some examples. And so what I found is that one grant that's the matching grant, I think would be able to support doing the study. But the good news is that some of the grants that are coming under like climate change funding, those would be straightforward grants. But the problem is you need to have a plan in place. You need to be able to say, I want to plant this many trees, or I want to treat this many trees. And we don't really have the plan in place. So that's sort of the first step. But I've identified at least 3 grants that I think we can start to apply for. So I really want to get that on the radar screen, and I can kind of work on almost like a little memo, maybe summarizing what that might look like and what the costs might be.
Okay, that was under new business, but let's deal with it right now.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
No, that's fine. I'm totally ignorant about writing grants, zero knowledge. But, Nicole, I think you're implying that we need a grant writer from the town to help us. Is that what you're saying?
Um, no, I mean, maybe a bit from like Shane or Bob. I mean, they have a lot of experience writing grants, similar types of grants. Theirs aren't specifically for trees. But I
Right.
think we could, no, they're not too hard to do. I think it's just more getting, if we're asking for a matching grant, that's, I think, where the most work comes in, that we'd obviously have to be able to have the town agree to a match. Now, the one thing I have found out is that in-kind costs, like things like the tree warden's salary, sort of count towards what the town's contribution is. So that could be good news too.
Do
Yeah,
most
so if we're
grants,
asking for, yeah,
do most grants require a matching amount?
no, just that initial one to do the study. Some of the ones that would fund actual planting of trees and care for trees are not matching. So that's kind of good news, but I think we need a little bit of money to at least be able to get an inventory plan and like a tree succession plan, so we can try to figure out, how to keep these trees as long as possible and maybe get some funding for treating them. But then obviously plan for the ultimate when Mother Nature is ready to take them, we have to have a plan for replanting. And sometimes you start planting earlier. You kind of can start planting an understory of trees so that then they start to grow and become more viable by the time you lose the bigger ones.
Nicole, is that what is called the tree succession plan?
Yes.
Okay.
I found a great example I can circulate to the team. And I talked to a few landscape architects I know, and they basically said to prepare something like that, they would probably work with Bartlett, who's one of those companies that were mentioned there, that with the arborists, and they're able to do tree care. So I think that in partnership with them, I think that's sort of who would potentially work on this plan. And they can be somewhat simple. I think in total, it might cost like $10,000 for hiring the arborist firm and the landscape firm to kind of prepare that type of study. So it is a lot of money, but if we get most of it through a grant, that would be great. But obviously we would have to get buy-in from the town to understand why that is so important to do this study, because it would pave the way, for obviously having a plan in place, but also for getting more grants in the future to actually do the work.
So, what you're saying, Nicole, I think, is that the first grant we apply for really should be for a study.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense to me. Yeah. So,
Because once you have a plan in place, like once you have clear recommendations from that study, then the grant opportunities open up even more. Because when I'm looking at some of the other ones that would actually pay for construction and planting, you need to be able to submit a plan that shows what you're going to do, and we don't know what we're going to do. So yeah, the first step is the planning, and unfortunately that's where the matching grants come in. But once you get that in place, I think there's straight out grants that we might be able to get.
Nicole, are these grants tied into the MBTA zoning?
Potentially, yeah. But we're in compliance, so I don't see any reason why we wouldn't be eligible.
maybe
Unless
that,
we,
good
unless we
question.
come,
Good
we
question.
better get those. We better get those in quickly. I will double check that and kind of summarize that as part of the summary that I'm putting together.
We could also, I could check with, Bob Ruley on that, whether he could help on the grants. I don't know.
Oh, he absolutely can. Yeah, I know he would be able to help. They're pretty straightforward,
Yeah.
so maybe we could do some work and then, send it along to the staff and see if they could help fill in a few of the blanks. And it's not going to be a huge heavy lift. Again, I think it's just getting the permission, for the town to know what we're trying to do and why we want to do it, I think is the major thing that's going to take a little
Yeah.
time.
Just procedurally, Josh, are you on? Are you listening? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Procedurally, say we wanted to apply for a grant through the, and you get help from Bob Ruley, Community Economic, do we still go to town manager first, or can we go directly to, you know, the procedure here?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. So, what we've been doing is promoting our departments to look at these grants, and then if they think that they're feasible, we then take it to the town manager and have him sign off on it. Because I mean, they ultimately he needs to sign off on it, but rather than us taking it on and then going to the department and then finding out that that's not something that they could do or something that's feasible, it just makes more sense to start at the department level and then take it up to the manager.
So what you're saying is start with Bob Ruley?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Nicole, you obviously done a lot already. You need help. I'll try to help you if you need, well, in terms of getting data and so forth. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. That would be great. I'll try to I'll get a Word document going that summarizes the grants that I have found. And then, once we finalize that, maybe we can request a meeting with Bob to review what we're thinking and then go from there.
Okay. In the meantime, I'll try to contact him just to get his input.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Very good, Nicole. Okay.
Yeah. We need the funding to get all this stuff done, I think. We might have I noticed that one of the grants provides funding for care for trees and treatment of trees. And so I feel like that could be huge for those diseased trees.
Yep. Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. Forum. If this comes together, it will be amazing. This is, I don't know. Anyway, this is where we're at. The forum is still scheduled for next Wednesday at 6:30 at the library. This forum is different from the other two in that we have no outside people coming in. I will do a presentation. The forum is sort of revolves around trees of Bridgewater. I'll do a presentation on the importance of trees and some of the trees around town, just why they're important, what they look like. Shirley, I'm surprised she's not here. We talked about her talking about the BIA and the trees that they've planted and what they've done. I think that's important. But I think the main speaker would be our tree warden, Brian McMahon, who is extremely knowledgeable. And I went around town with him taking some pictures of trees, and he's willing to talk specifically about the trees in the common, their importance, their history, and the problems we're having with them, and other trees too. I mean, he's very good at identifying trees. And then we could also throw in some things about our tree committee. And Nicole, maybe you could say something about, involving students in trees and the possibility of getting grants in the future. You haven't volunteered, but I just thought I'd ask you to volunteer, Nicole.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I might be late because I sometimes don't get back depending on traffic from getting my son from school. So I might be on the later side, but I'm happy to jump in when I am able to arrive.
Yeah, we can put you towards the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you get there by 7, that'd be great.
Yes.
6:30, we start, 7, yeah, that'd be great, yeah, okay.
Ray, did you get that note I sent you about we don't have our forum on the library?
It is
Notice?
on the library. I mean, I'm sure it's on the library. I did check. It's on the library schedule. I did check it. I'm not sure. There must be 2 different ones.
There must be.
What?
There must be 2 different ones.
It's also on Buzz Around. I got it on Buzz Around. I'm told that's important. I'll check again and see whether we're missing something, but I know it is, I know it is on the library website, yeah. Okay. That's all I have.
Okay.
Anybody else? Nicole, Pat,
Janet,
Janet?
could
All
you,
right.
are you allowed to post it on the front page of the Bridgewater website? You know, I mean, where it says news? Can that be posted right there for those people that actually find it? Where-
It's actually already posted.
Oh, it
So should,
is?
yeah, it should
Okay.
show up on the calendar.
Well, not a calendar, but where it says news,
Oh,
that
like a news flash.
news flash. That page where I have new flash and stuff. Is there a way of doing that or is that not allowed?
Um, no, that should be, if Ray would like to send me a request, I can definitely, see about getting that done.
Just, just to simply send you a written request, that's it, eh?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, I think I can do that.
okay. Yeah, I'll put the information on. If you have any like, because you're gonna have speakers there correct? Or a
Um,
speaker?
Not
Or-
outside speakers, it'll be myself, Shirley Krasinski and
Brian.
Brian McMahon.
Okay, yeah, if you have any, information you want me to add to it, just so when
Okay.
somebody clicks on it, they know exactly what they're, going to be jumping into.
Okay, great. All right, if there isn't anything else, I'll take a motion to adjourn. Anybody want to adjourn?
Okay. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Is there a second? Nicole? She's muted. Nicole? You don't want to stay on for another 2 hours, do you, Nicole?
She's already gone.
She's just muted, that's all. All right, I'll declare it. Meeting's over.
Okay, thank you.
Next meeting will be, second meeting in, November, which I'm not sure what the date is, but we'll get it out soon. Okay, thank you, everybody.
All right, have a good afternoon.
Take it easy. Bye-bye.